Greetings. This is my son, Goddess 777. Who are with me in these witching hours? This is a just a little late night rant on ice and literally ice. Who are with me in these witching hours? It's about to be the meditation moment soon. I'm busy doing a couple of projects, but I just decided I'd come up here and chat. I have not eaten really today. I gotta fix me a little something simple, and get these projects out. This is my son, Goddess 777, coming up here on this witching, about to be deep meditation hours. Just a few minutes. I was on the live. I deleted it. I did a live the wee hours of this morning, but I deleted it because it didn't sound right. It was something up with the sound. And this one is all distorted and stuff too with the sound. I'm not going to probably keep it. I'm just not going to be up here long. But I just wanted to say that somebody came in my stream, and I don't know if it was a bot or what or who or what, it was a human or something, an MP. They were like something. I was saying something. I was talking about, how I used to be really, really, really protective of like little girls when I was a little girl and women, and I just thought women did no wrong, and how I just like worship them, and my mother, like my women in my family, they couldn't do any wrong, and I just thought they were perfect. And then once I started getting older and getting the boobs and the coming into being the little lady, I realized like these women, they're not as perfect as I thought they were, and that's like normal and human and stuff like that. Like kids and stuff when they little, like the little boys, they in love with their mothers. That's in psychology. If you take child psychology, the little boys are so like in love with their moms until they get a certain age, and this is a part of child if you take child psychology. But and they don't want the dad to touch the mama, and the boy want the mama all to himself and stuff like that. And I guess the little girls go through that too. But I know when I took child psychology, they talked about how the little boys are with their moms when they're really, young, and really be in love with their moms. But when I was talking about this last night when I did my wee hour rant, but I deleted it because it was distorted as far as the sound and stuff. I didn't like it. So what I'm talking about is how when I was a little girl, how I pretty much just, I was like worshiping women and little girls, and I just wanted to protect women and just be around women because I was around a lot of boys, because I grew up with a lot of boys, but I didn't understand them. So I was thinking that the little girls did no wrong and they needed to be protected and this and that and the other. And I did this with the women, like the women in my family and women in general, till I was like, a certain age. When I started getting up and I started developing my body, I started noticing how women treat each other, and even how women and girls were treating me. And I think it bothered me because I was thinking like, I used to be like really protective of my friends and really kind of, like somebody's gonna hurt you, which it was situations where the little, the girls in my age group needed to be protected because the boys were pretty rough back then, and it was a lot of I'm just gonna keep it a book because this is not for kids. If you're a kid looking at this, you probably don't need to be watching this, especially not this time of the morning. But what I'm saying is, it was a lot of essay going on, molestation back then. The kids were latchkey kids. The parents was always gone or at work. So it was kids around kids and children doing other stuff to children. And it was even like where the greetings, it was the siblings doing stuff. Like nobody talks about this. Everybody pushes this under. I mean, you had where the siblings were like messing with the other siblings, the cousins and stuff, messing with the younger children, or and in some cases it probably was the parents, like I didn't know parents did this to their I didn't know women did this. I used to think women didn't do no wrong when I was a very little girl. Little girl, no, the women did no wrong. The girls were always victims and they need to be protected. Now when I got older, hey, you doing a challenge, okay? Greetings, greetings. Am I talking to myself? If you can hear me, that mean I'm talking to whoever listening. If you can hear me, I'm not talking to myself. No, I'm saying that can you hear me? Is my volume okay? Maybe my volume is down. I'm not talking to myself if you up here. But no, I'm saying I thought that like when I thought that when I'm not trying to bash nobody. I'm just saying it's a balance to everything. When I was a child, I thought the women did no wrong. Like I thought that the boys, like, cause I was around boys all the time, and they were very mean and cruel. That's how boys are. So I was like, oh, I didn't get them. I had to grow up or whatever to really understand. Like the boys, they were always picking on the girls and doing a little mischief. Boys be bad. Like they just always doing something. But the girls be bad too. But they just more, they just more sneakier with it and stuff like that. So I was always thinking like I need to protect the women and the this and the that. Once I got older and started developing my body, I was like, it hit me right in the face. Like I didn't want to believe it. Like it took me a while, and even as I got like older into my teens, I always had a bunch of women around me, and I was always about women and this and that. And I was like, y'all need to be careful about the men, which they do, because like I said, growing up in that generation and environment, it was a lot of stuff going on with the molestation and even amongst the families and stuff. I didn't know that I didn't know women mess with their kids. I thought it was the men doing stuff. I didn't, because I know in situations that jumbo lose weight, lose lump. What that say about losing weight? Jump. Oh, you trying to give me fitness instructions? You trying to give me fitness instruction about jumping and losing weight? So you know me or whatever. You my personal trainer? So you trying to give me instructions about losing weight? Where your picture at? When you send me a picture, let me see how good you look. Then you know what I'm saying. Maybe you gonna be my personal trainer. You can't train me on the internet if you're gonna be my trainer. I don't care about y'all talking about I don't care about you talking about my weight. I don't give a damn about my weight, and you don't know me. I don't give a shit. I be fat because I want to be. I be skinny. I can get skinny. I don't want to be skinny anyway. I gain weight because I had got too small. I lost so much weight. I lose weight. I control my weight. I lose weight when I want to. I don't want to be skinny. I got too small. Yeah, I've been skinny a lot. And I be too petite, and I don't want to be that. I don't go by your European beauty standards, and I don't care. I don't care if nobody don't want. I get any man I want when I want to get them with my natural hair, whether I wear weave, whether I'm fat. I done had more men when I was fat giving me money and stuff than when I was skinny. When I was skinny, when I lost weight, I lost my chubby chasers, and it pissed me off. Cause the chubby chasers that like me, I didn't have to sleep with them or nothing. They just gave me money to really look at me and look at my feet, okay? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It never affected me. It's all a mind thing. So I don't care. I'm not no insecure person to get up here and be like, oh my God, you call me fat, motherfucker. I done been skinny. I done been slim, thick. I done been medium. I done been fat. I done been everything that you would never be. And like I said, I'm comfortable with myself when I got meat on my body. I never want to be to that size that I was where I was losing my titties and stuff and all that. I don't want to look like no boy. It's all right for whoever want to be, but I like myself. I'm comfortable with myself having meat on my body. I done been all that. I transform my body. I'm an alchemist. I transform myself. I transform my face without surgery. If I want a certain feature, I know how to do it. So you need to go tell yourself this stuff. You don't know me. You don't know me from a can of paint. So don't be up here. Which you can talk your talk, but I'm gonna hurt your feelings. Cause I can use my mouth as a weapon when I need to. So that's on you. I bet you more fragile than I am. I bet you my skin tougher than yours. Yeah, I bet you my skin is tougher than yours. Where when I use my words as a weapon on you, it's gonna be on your mind for a while. I'm a magician, a professional at that. I hurt your feelings. And matter of fact, when I say something to you to hurt you, it's gonna hit because I'm probably gonna be able to see what I'm talking about and gonna hit you right in the middle of your chest where it hurt at. So you better be careful, because if I come back at you, I'm probably gonna hit you where it hurt. You're not bothering me. You're not bothering me at all. You don't know me. How can you? If I am, what? What you gonna do about it? If I was gay, what? I don't want you. If I was gay, if I was gay or whatever, I don't want you. I don't want. I'm pretty sure it's a 99.9% chance, 100, that I don't want you, even if I wasn't gay. What difference do it make? What difference do it make if I'm not your type? What difference do it make if I'm fat or what? I don't want you. I don't want you. Because I don't want nobody that get up here on somebody's page because they're miserable and insecure about themselves and they don't have enough balls or enough vagina or whatever to show their face and do their own thing. They want to come up here and start telling other people that they not this or they fat or they did. Man, get a life. Get a life. Please. Get a life. Epstein is my pookie. Talking about I'm gay. So what? Most of people, it's popular to be gay now, but I'm not. But it's popular. Who? Most people are into. Most men like other men. What? They don't even like women though. They never really did, but now it's prevalent. Even anybody that's calling me gay, they must be gay. It's okay. It's legal now. But Barack Obama done made it legal. Okay, it's okay to be gay. Who cares? I don't care what people do in their bedroom. I wouldn't care if you were gay. I don't care if you having freak offs. I don't care if you having a polygamous relationship. I wouldn't care what you were doing in your bedroom. See, that's the problem. It's people's business what they do in their bedroom. I don't have to know. But the thing is, when it start leaking out and you start doing weird stuff and messing with kids and forcing people to be a certain way and you want me to live like you, that's when I got a problem. I don't care about what people do in their bedroom. Long as they ain't hurt me and other people and innocent people and this and that. It's not that serious. It's overrated about are you gay? Are you straight? I don't want to sleep with you. So it don't matter. And if I want to do something if I want to be A, B, C, or D, or whatever I want to do, I got my group I can go branch out with and do my I don't need nobody to know what I'm doing. I ain't trying to be transparent with you. You know, that's when everything started, the lines started getting blurred and mixed up, when people started knowing too much of people's business. Yeah, Obama made it comfortable for the people that were not able to express who they really was. Yeah. He helped the bankers and made it very comfortable for the LGBTQ because they voted him, they backed him. They lobbied for him and put that money behind him, and they got what they wanted during the time. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't got no problems with no gay people. I don't care what, like I said, I don't care what you do, long as you ain't harming the innocent and kids and stuff. I don't care what nobody do in their bedroom or who they choose to love. It has nothing to do with, it don't affect me in no kind of way. It don't affect me in no kind of way what you do in your bedroom. That's your business. I wouldn't care. Long as you ain't hurting the innocent kids and affecting me, I don't got no problems with it. Yeah, he made it legal. It was very dangerous for them, to express themselves for a long time. And what? I like the old gays though. These new people, I think a lot of them, they do it because it's popular. The new gays, it's something different going on with them. It's the new ones. I like the old heads, the old gays. They didn't bother nobody and try to force nobody to. And the ones that's in local, the real ones that's really like into the lifestyle and They ain't just doing it for a trend and trying to get viral and trying to get into industries and stuff like that. The real authentic ones, they ain't with all this agenda mess. They not with all this. Like, nah, you got some people. I mean, you got some people that's into that lifestyle, women and men. I'm not just talking about the women and men. They some fucked up people. I know some. I got some in my family. They some fucked up people. They be doing all kind of stuff. That I'm like, if you like men, if you like women, then why you sleep with men to get money, but you go and take the money and spend it on women, but you treat the women like, make that make anyway, whatever. Like I said, it's not my business what people do, but it's some messed up people. Them people just, I don't know. I stay to myself for the most part. I don't have time for it. Yeah, I don't have time for it. I mean, you gonna be what you gonna be, then living your truth. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff to harm other people. You like this one, tell that person you gotta be safe or whatever. I don't know what they doing as far as what, taking a prep or whatever. I know that back in the day, it was a lot of epidemics going on that was CIA, and they trying to put stuff in the community. I guess they still got these programs because it's 2026. I'm not in the medical profession, but when I was in the medical profession, I was seeing how people was, back then they didn't have the medication that they have now, and people had a shorter lifespan. And it just seemed like it was innocent people that was getting stuff that they shouldn't have been getting, and passing away too soon because people was not being honest with people and protecting themselves and protecting others. I'm talking about innocent people was losing their lives because of people negligence and stuff like that. So yeah, just it's not what you do, it's how you do it, and be honest and upfront, and keep your bedroom business to yourself unless you're getting paid for it, I guess, unless you're doing corn or OnlyFans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what people do, long as it don't affect me and you ain't harming others. I don't care, because I'm a community. You know, I try to be about the collective. I gotta look out for myself, because when you look at when you be about the collective and stuff, and some of these astrological signs, people want to take, and they want you to give, and when you need somebody, then you know what I'm saying, you on your own for the most part. So what was I gonna talk about? Yeah, somebody got on my one of these bots, or somebody got on my page talking about something about ice. As far as I wouldn't just call no ice on nobody. I mean, because I know that most of the people that they get is people that probably ain't really bothering nobody and just going to work and trying to take care of it. They ain't getting the real asshole, the real people that need to leave, it seemed like to me. So I don't do stuff like that. Even if I would get mad and say something like that, I never did that. Now I had somebody this was somebody that I was dealing with on a personal level, somebody that I was helping through law school, and I was helping them out, and they were, I don't know what their problem was, but they had a mental problem. They had a mental problem. They was trying to get me in trouble. The motherfucker was trying to get me in trouble because they knew that the line of work that I was in, that if I got certain charges, then it would stop me from working. So they did that on purpose, and they told me they was gonna motherfucking do it. And I had responsibility. And it's because I guess I wasn't in their country and they couldn't beat me or whatever because I was in America. I'm from America. I'm indigenous to the America. But they come over here trying to do that shit from their country, trying to fuck with me, and I'm trying to help you through law school. And I'm trying to be a friend, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want her to go no farther. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, I went into that, you know, you got the polygamy type stuff. And I think the country that this person was from, I think they believed in that. And they also believed in that if a woman don't say things that they want them to say, they can put their hands on them. And I'm like, we in America, and I'm trying to help you through law school. And I'm not even asking you for much because they were a student. And I thought they were my friend. And, you know, I was helping them get like, student housing on campus. So yeah, I was trying to help them get student. They asked me to, and that's my friend. I thought it was my fucking friend. I didn't think he wanted to be my ruler or what you call a dictator, but I was trying to be a friend and help this person through law school. And I think he thought that I wasn't supposed to, like, it was a point where I think we were like, it's my place, but he needed somewhere to stay because me, he trying to go to school, and he had a few issues, which I knew him. It wasn't like a stranger, but he had a lot of issues with like coming from out of the military and I guess post traumatic stress syndrome. So I didn't want to see my friend on the streets, but go through no whole lot of stuff either. But I rented him a room. He gonna come up in there when I rented him a room and worried about what I'm doing. Now you in my shit. You got all this damn food you leave. I don't know. I guess in wherever he from, they leave the food sitting out, and you know he be cooking a lot of stuff that have a lot. I'm not even gonna say because if I say it, you gonna know what country that I'm talking about. But he be cooking stuff that got a lot of strong odors to it, and he leave it sitting out. I didn't have no problem with no flies and stuff like that, and I because I put my stuff my incense up and stuff to deter him. But I kind of let him have free range in my kitchen when he was my roommate. And I'm like, you mind your business, I mind mine. He worried about what I'm doing. He going telling my people like, now listen at this. Listen at this. He's like, how do you allow her to be that free? How do you allow her to live like that? And she want to live like she just do what she want to do. And then this is my shit. He's staying in my shit. I'm helping him through law school. He my roommate. He going talking like this to my ex. My ex is like, something wrong with that dude. He's like, something is wrong with your boy. He was like, I was just looking at like, cause my ex was in college too. He was in college and he was like, yo, he don't never ask you to help him write his papers and stuff because, when my ex was in school, I showed him how to do his papers so he wouldn't get the plagiarizations and stuff like that. Like I showed him how to do it. So he was like, something is wrong with your boy. Like, he came and talked to me and asked me some questions like, why don't I control you better? And I was like, yeah, that's why he in the situation that he in. Because he think that he can come over here to America and treat these women in America like he was doing those women over there in his country. And I'm not gonna say I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the food that he be cooking and all this and that. Because if I say it, then people gonna know the country that I'm talking about. But he was going behind my back. I'm trying to help him get like student housing. And I did it because that's who I am. Like that's the type of person that I am. I mean, if somebody need help and I can help them. So I'm using my credit to help him get student housing on campus so he can finish law school or whatever he doing. I don't even know if he ever finished, but the way my ex talked about his school papers and stuff, he was looking through his school. He was like, he don't know what the hell he talking about. Like it looked like he copying his paperwork word for word. You know how when you write a paper and you gotta cite it and you cite your references and in the college level or whatever. I think he was he might have been above the bachelor's level. He might have been in the master's program. He might have been in the he was like, I'm reading his paperwork. And his paperwork don't look right. Like he doing plagiarizations and I was like, he don't show me his paperwork. He don't ask me for help. He might be like, you know how some people, where they depending on where they from, they got that kind of pride where they don't want you to help them with their paperwork and their papers and stuff like that. They feel shame. So he was like, well, he need to get you to help him and show him how to write his papers so that when he turned it in to his professors and stuff, his papers will, he'll get a better grade because that's stuff that he doing. I was like, no, I don't got time to be doing all that. I try to help him with student housing. I'm giving him a room because he lost his place and he want to sit here and come to you and be telling you that you need to be controlling me because I'm living my life and you living your life, but we cool. Like he didn't understand that even though like I'm doing me, my ex doing him, but me and my ex was still cool or whatever. And we had like shared responsibilities, but we were still all right. So he didn't get that how we could get along like that and how my ex wouldn't like be like trying to throw a monkey wrench in my life. I'm like, he's like, I was telling him like, you can't do these women in America. Like, you can't do that. When people move on and you move on, you can't be acting like that. You know what I'm saying, with these women here in this country. But he said, I guess that's how he treat. I said, yeah, that's why he went to that's why he got in trouble with his wife in his country when she came to America. He tried to do that stuff that they do over there, and they locked his ass up, and he got I think he got a dishonorable discharge or something like that. I think he did. And look, it was so bad because we was somewhere and he thought he seen her. He was like, "Oh, I think that's my ex-wife." But if she see me, she act like she don't know me. I said later on when I realized, I was like, I don't blame her. He was like, I think she's with a white man. I was like, I don't know about all that, but I don't know about going that to that degree, but she probably don't want nothing to do with you. And then he met some woman that reminded him of his ex-wife, and this woman, she took his car and took it to another. I ain't even gonna say where she took it at. She took his car to another state, a few states of another state, and abandoned his car or something like. Just some weird. I'm like, and then he gonna call me and be like, "Can you get my car?" I'm like, "Look, I'm not doing all that. Like, you gonna have to figure that out. I'm not dealing with these street women or whatever." I don't know, cause I'm not necessarily that she was no street. He was just a young girl. Like, the girl was real young, and she probably just wanted to get his car and go ride off in the sunset with her little boyfriend and her friends or something. And he probably thought that, trying to play sugar daddy and let her get his car was gonna make her want him. I don't know. Well, anyway, this same person got mad with me and tried to get me. I'm talking about did get me in trouble a little bit, not nothing too, but did get me in trouble. Look, you think I ain't gonna call nobody on him? It won't no ice back then, but you think I'm not gonna call them people on the motherfucker that done got me done got me fucked up in the game and got me where I couldn't work for a little while. I didn't have no felony or no shit like that. But that motherfucker, every time I done fed this motherfucker, done helped him out and all this and that. Every time the court day come, this bitch show up. I mean, he show up looking like he looking like he looking. I'm like, you got a fucking nerve. You think who? Now some shit like that, motherfucker, I will get your ass sitting back. Yeah, you damn right. I will get your ass sitting back. And I'm a published author. I know the worst thing you can do to me is make me write a letter on your motherfucking ass. My shit be like Abraham Lincoln writing some shit, okay? I proofread that bitch. My papers in college, my professor was like, I hope you don't never stop coming to I hope you don't never stop going to school. I hope you get whatever you gonna get, cause I want you to know. I'm on their alumni. He said, I want you to know you one of my top students with your scores and with your paperwork and all that. I talk that talk. I don't try to get up here or go anywhere and be taught. I be myself. I use my little ebonics and words and stuff like that. I don't try to talk a certain type of way and present myself. I be my authentic self, and it works out. I don't have to flash and let people think what they want to think. Let them put me in a category that they want to put me in. I don't get, honey. I be on. I'm telling you, I be with like what it say in y'all Bible that y'all say God wrote. I'll sit to the back and be invited up to the stage with the royalty. Sure will. I know how to be down to earth and be myself. But yeah, this motherfucker, now that motherfucker right there, that motherfucker right there, yeah, I'll call somebody on a motherfucker like that. But I'm not just gonna be out here because somebody pulled out in front of me or they act like a certain way at a grocery store or something like that. I might call corporate on you. I might write them fucking letters, but I'm not doing that. I'm not that type of, cause I got beef with somebody, I'm gonna just call. I don't do stuff like that. I won't never like that back in the day. I won't never know. Not saying that I don't knock people that do that, cause it'd be a lot going on with people coming over in this country and fucking with people and trying to be disrespectful. And see, I have a problem with the racist ones because you come from us, like you brown too. Why you acting like that you better? Cause somebody don't whitewash it. Get educated. Get with the program. Stop being a fucking remote control little CIA mode or a puppet. Okay, wake up, realize be aware of what's going on. Look at the whole full picture, man. They they don't like you neither. That's all I'm saying. But to just go and be like, oh, I'm mad with you today, I'm calling ICE. I don't do that to people. I go through the steps of protocol. See, I've been raised right, and also I've been what you call it. I know the steps. I write what is it, quality control manuals and stuff like that. I know the steps to go through. You go to the management first, then you go to the corp, you go to the regional man. This is how you do it. If you don't know, you don't just get upset with somebody and just go straight to the top. First you try to talk to the management, the direct manager, the local, the local stuff. You talk to the manager. I guess sometimes they send you the assistant manager, but you talk to the assistant manager, see what they say. Most of the time I talk to the management. Then you go to the regional manager, and then after the regional manager, then you go to the corporate, and you kind of go to the center. Now some stuff be so bad, you got to go straight to court. Well, they don't give a fuck though, but they care about the stats and the paperwork and following up, so you want to document. Yeah, it's something I got to check back on too. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not just gonna go straight and be like, oh, I'm calling ICE on the. That's my opinion. That's some sucker shit. No, cause I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't go to nobody country and act like I don't gotta speak their language and treat the indigenous people there like crap. But the only reason they're able to do that because the government and the corporations allow them to do it. So I'm looking at the big picture. That's the only reason they do that. That's why I'm up here talking about that, because somebody came on my page and look, I don't got time. And I don't be jealous of women. I ain't never been jealous of women. I ain't never been. I might have had a little bit, but it don't. Back in the day, a long time ago, I don't be jealous of women. I don't be jealous of other women. I'll be jealous of over a man. I used to be. Let me tell you what I used to be more jealous of. A man that I was with and trying to keep him from under my wing, being on that. When I was a teenager, being a little bit, I ain't gonna say a little bit, being possessive and jealous over my boyfriend or my husband and shit like that. I ain't gonna be jealous over no woman, cause we got the same thing. I'm not. I used to be, and I don't even be like that over no man. It's been a long time since I've been jealous over a man. And even if I was with him, even when I was married, I won't even. I got to the point where I'm like, look, this nigga gonna do what he gonna do. I ain't like my pastor used to say, they can't cook him and they can't eat him. He gonna come back home. He gonna come back home. Like she used to be like, because when I got married, I was really young. I was like a teenager, sort of like I was a teenager. I was a baby. My brain wasn't even fully fucking developed. I had no business getting married at that young. I'm kind of glad I did, but I'm kind of glad I did because I learned a lot being, married, getting married like that. But it's a bright side and a dark side to it too. So my pastor used to counsel me and tell me, she was like, I know this is your first serious relationship and you got married, but they can't cook them and they can't eat them. She was like, and when they come home, the more you act like you mad and act annoying, that's gonna be the more they're gonna. She was telling the truth. At that point, at that time, I was listening to a patriarchal type woman around me, but my pastor really was telling the truth about relationships. Now I give it to her. She be telling the truth. She be telling her members a lot of real things about keeping the peace at home and all this and that. Now you can't pray nobody to be different and treat you right, but you can create your heaven on earth and have peace at home and create a certain type of environment. If somebody gonna do something, they gonna do it. You can be beautiful and skinny and slim and have all the good loving and the good oral fellation and all that. Somebody gonna do something, they gonna do it. But yeah, I just wanted to sit up here and say that, and I gotta go because I got projects I gotta do. I can't stay up here. I used to be up here lecturing for hours, and I don't mind that, and I will do it again. But I learned that people's attention spans are short. They can't sit up here and listen to me lecture for no 3 and 4 hours. So I have learned, thankful to me teaching online too, it helped me a lot. It helped me. And it woke me up to having to, take my information and put it into maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. No more than even an hour. Like I not even going to an hour. People not don't have that type of attention span to listen that long. And I'm about to get off now because I done been up here over 30 minutes and I be trying to say what I gotta say because I love the lecturing. I love that Bobby Hemmett style and that long. I love it, but everybody don't love it like me. And we in a different energy, a different time, different generations listen. So hey, you gotta just be able to be flexible. I'm learning the role with this technology and stuff. I'm glowing because I'm an angel. That's why I'm glowing. But greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the live. Come on, jumping. I don't want to be skinny. I lost my chubby chasers losing all that damn weight. When I lost that weight, they were scared of me talking about you ain't on that stuff, which I look good, but still I lost a lot of my breasts and stuff. I ain't have no belly, but I don't gotta be no triple D, but yeah, I need my cushions and stuff. I need some of my cushions. And I was a skinny girl, still acting like a big bag. When I was working, you think I'm fat now? It's been times when I was working in that medical field doing all that weightlifting. When I say weightlifting, I'm talking about them working in rehab. I ain't that won't. I don't work. I do ER mostly, but I did do rehab, honey. You talking about that bad guy? Why? Fuck that. So, let me think. Yeah, I lost my chubby chasers. They talking about you done lost too much weight. Shit, I was like, damn, you must be telling the truth, cause you ain't treating a queen like you were treating a queen when she was a little chubby. I got real small, but you know how I lost weight? I lost weight doing a lot of walking up hills. That hills is like plastic surgery, walking up mountains and just hills. I wasn't walking up no mountains, but just walking up hills. I was in a place that had a name. That name, it was a bunch of hills, and I was just walking, getting all that exercise, not by choice. Not by choice, because I had a car, I had a Cadillac, but I couldn't drive the motherfucker because I had to get my license and stuff straight, and I had to get them straight at a certain time and I didn't have no DWI. Nope. Never had that, and I'm grateful. Knock on wood, but I had a bunch of tickets, and I had to get because I couldn't drive, and I was hot driving. I had a nice car, couldn't even drive it. I had to walk my ass and catch rides, and that was good for me at the time because that walking, it was like plastic surgery, and I've been skinny before. And I was just skinny not long ago. I'm not gonna be skinny. I'm gonna tell you. All I want to do is just tone up, honey, really, and lose in certain spots. I don't want to lose my meat. I like my big legs. I like my breast size. I even like my booty size. I like it. It's just the midsection. And that ain't even that bad. It's not that bad. It's been worse. So that's all I want to do, and that's it. I love my body. I love myself with my clothes on and off. I don't need no cert. I just want to lose some more, and that's happening because what I'm doing is I'm targeting that area with probiotics, and I'm eating good healthy bacteria, and I'm doing my exercises to target that. Which thank you for that tip about jumping up, which I do jumping jacks and stuff like that, but I'm not trying to get skinny based on European beauty standards. I'm trying to be healthy. That's all. I'm healthy, and I'm trying to be even more healthy. I'm trying to lifestyle changes and stuff like that. As far as I've lost weight and went on fast and diets, and I'm trying to do a lifestyle where I maintain a certain weight and just stay there and be able to know that I need that. Not only do you need to be losing weight and doing jump jacks, you need to be cleansing. See, y'all think that it's all about losing weight. You gotta cleanse, because the parasites will be taking the nutrients and the proteins that you eat if you haven't cleaned out the parasites and stuff out of your body. And you need to be doing your spiritual and physical cleanses. All this losing weight, people don't even know what they. A lot of times, people is what you call it. They have inflammation. It don't even be that they eat too much. It be that they need to purify themselves of heavy metals and parasites and stuff like that. So, before you get up here worrying about me, you need to worry about yourself, because just because you might not be looking like you fat, don't mean you healthy. I know a lot of people that's not fat and they have a lot of issues. They got all kind of parasites and all kind of diseases and stuff going on, and they not fat. So be careful, because sometimes the people you think fat be more healthier than you. Yep, you worried about whether somebody fat or not. You need to be worrying about, is your water purified? Do you have, see, you got too much to be worried about to be out here worried about me. You need to be worried about if you drinking heavy metals or PFAS and forever chemicals in your water and getting that in your shower water and all that. Is the runoff leaking into your water and you got sewer in your water? That's what you need to be thinking about instead of worried about me. I'm all right. I got this. But yeah, like I said, I would never just get mad. Oh, I'm calling ICE on somebody because they pissed me off. I'm gonna call the corporate. If you go too far and do too much, I'm gonna report your ass. I'm gonna call the corporate or your superior or something. Yeah, I'm gonna report you, but I'm not necessarily like that where I'm just gonna get somebody now. That motherfucker that did that to me, that motherfucker that got me and try to get me to lose my job, and I done try to help you through law school and got you student housing. Oh yeah, a motherfucker like that, I will send like Rick Ross. What Rick Ross say? He want my ex, but he said all my exes deported. You goddamn right, I will deport a bitch like that. You damn right, if I can. That motherfucker ain't no good, and he used to be driving around and running into them people cars and shit downtown. Damn, tell them that too. He used to be backing up, hitting people cars and shit. Couldn't drive worth a shit. I don't know what in the fuck when some of these people come over here, they set them up. And they set us up too, cause I think they just give them a license and tell them to go and drive. They don't make them read no rule book or nothing about, do you supposed to fucking stop in the middle of the goddamn freeway where you supposed to be going 70 and 80 miles an hour. You don't just stop on brakes and pull out in front of people and cause a damn crash when you driving 10 miles per hour and somebody going 70 and you just pull out in front of them. They don't teach them. I think they do that on purpose, so it will be more shit going on the road. It got to be. Because these people, when they come here, they don't know how to drive. They don't know. They make us go to, y'all know they make us listen. Listen to how they set y'all up. They make us go to driver's education and shit. I had to drive with my driver's education teacher. That motherfucker, I was driving. I was driving before. I already knew I had to get some extra driving in. I was driving at 13. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was driving around at 13 years old, and I could drive around the whole town at night. And nobody knew it was no child driving. I was driving. I know I had to figure it out. It worked out too. Cause by the time I started driver's ed, I used to sneak and take the car, my brother's car. But he had a sports car. I would take that car, and I know how I drove that. Cause it was a 5-speed. I used to take that car, and I would just ride. I wasn't going to do nothing. I just love driving. So I would just ride. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Then when I started taking driver's ed, I was so good driving, I already knew how to drive because I was driving by myself, sneaking driving. My driver's ed teacher was the coach. He would sit back and let me drive, and he'll go look at horses and read his paper because I guess he was, buying horses and shit like that. So he'd be over there chilling. When my classmate Courtney got over there to drive, he'd be cussing like a sailor because her ass could not drive. He was like, he had to use that passenger brake on that motherfucker. I was like, Courtney, what the hell? But I'm glad that I knew, how to drive. And then once I got my permit, drivers with, where you gotta ride around with your parents and shit. before you get your driver's license. I went through the process, so it paid off. Cause you got to be aware on this roads and know you got to know how to drive. Like all this pulling out in front of people and shit, and don't look in your mirror. I noticed that people be unaware, and even in the shopping places, people don't be aware. Like I don't know if it's the food or a combination of the whatever the vaccine. They set them people. That's why I be like, damn. I'd be glad when my people from other countries start realizing the game. Like, don't just come here and think shit sweet. Learn. Read that driver's book. Cause a lot of times when I go to the courts and stuff, that's all I see in there is melanated people and Spanish people. Melanated people and Spanish people. And they're not gonna care that they did not tell you to study the driver's book, to take that test and study. Even if they let you pass, study and figure out what's going on. Don't just go by what they say. Do your own research so you can be aware at all times. I don't go to no other country and be when I go to another country, I don't just go by what I read. I try to deeply know like what's the real deal. Like what the fuck did they do to these people? What did America do to them and these other people do to these folks? Like if they demonize, like okay, let's say if you look up stuff about Haiti, they're gonna tell you that they eat people and they violent and this and that. They're not gonna pop up there first about the Haitian Revolution. We're going back to that and how they had to fight for their freedom and they used voodoo to fight to become free, and they use that spirituality and it worked. They're not gonna tell you that the Haitian people helped the U.S. gain the Louisiana Purchase. They're not gonna tell you about Clinton over there putting plastic in their rice and they allegedly, this is my son goddess. This is for educational purposes. And I have to say that entertainment, even though this ain't entertainment, this is a real shit. They was over there taking them people kids. They was over there doing stuff to them, that country, stealing gold and all that. But they not gonna tell you that. They're gonna demonize them and talk about barbecue and how they eating each other and this and that and blah blah blah. They're not gonna tell you that there's people going over there right now and living good. It's white people over there living in certain areas of Haiti that's living cheap and living like kings and queens. They're not gonna tell you the real deal. They just gonna tell you that the people bad. That's how they done all throughout his story, telling you they side of the story and lying and demonizing stuff that we should really be dealing with and whitewashing stuff. So yeah, you gotta learn stuff for yourself. Like you can't just go by somebody telling you, oh, them people bad. Still, it's bad people in every culture. It's bad people, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, be aware that it's his story and then it's her story. Okay, it's his story, history, and then it's her story. A lot of this stuff started out with her story, but he done came in there and he done wrote it like he wanted to write it and demonized her. And I ain't saying that her story was perfect, and I ain't saying that she did everything right and perfect, but his story is one hell of a story that make everybody look bad but him, okay? So, has to be a balance. I'm not saying that one side better than the other, but it has to be some balance and people got to take accountability. I don't think women so innocent and perfect no more. I learned that a long time ago. I mean, me and a trip, boys, them little boys was a trip too. It was a lot going on in that era, but I don't look at nobody as innocent. I look at people as they need to take accountability for their stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Even myself, I'm like, I can't go around all my life thinking about what, well, it can cross my mind from time to time because, you know, you go through the retrogrades and you be reminded and stuff, you might get triggered. But I can't go around all my life crying about what somebody did to me or how they wronged me and this and that. You know that. Shout out to my Cancerians, Cancer season. I am a Cancer. I have Cancer placements, but I am other things too. Cause like I said, I look at my moon, I look at my Venus, I look at my North. I merge all that together. But I was born in the Cancer season, so you know, I can't go around crying and playing victim and woe is me. I can't do that. I gotta take that energy and I gotta transmute it. I gotta create something for myself. And to help the collective, I gotta use it. I gotta use my healing and my water energy for the right purposes, not to be, you know, holding hurt and stuff within. I gotta release it. And what is it? Transmutation, life, death, rebirth, and transformation. I gotta transform it into something creative, you know? And that's what I've been doing. Sometimes I gotta sit there a little bit longer and release some more extra stuff, but it all works out and it's in alignment and it's all written in the stars. And I got something coming. I got something coming too, like very soon. It's gonna post my last series of the People's Blueprint to Power. I'm posting that on Tuesday, and I got a little treat coming before then. I'm digging deep into I'm digging deeply spiritual into something that recently happened, that everybody's talking about the guy, the Nolan Wills guy. I plan to do it before I release the last part 5 and 6 to the People's Blueprint. Check it out up here. But this has been Monster and Goddess 777. And I was just up here talking. Please like, subscribe, and share. I was just up here talking about how I ain't gonna call them no ice on nobody less. It's gotta be very detrimental. I ain't never did that so far, but a motherfucker that try to get me in trouble and try to take my livelihood away from me and try to talk to my ex about they need to control me like they was controlled and they be doing women and they can. This man literally told me one time that if he was in his country he would beat me, and I mean, listen, I know sometimes women be provoking men, and I know that it's not right for a man to put his hands on a woman, but some of these women, they will provoke you. I done been in situations with women where I wanted to put my hands on them, and some of them were older than me. They'll provoke you to want to do that. I ain't saying you got to do it, because it's not what people try to get you. It's what you having self-control and control of your emotions. But there's people out there that do want you to put your hands on them so they can't call the police on you. Well, this man, I wasn't even doing anything like that. I'm telling you, I be checking myself. I wasn't even doing, I done much worse when I was in, I won't in no relationship with this man. I guess you could call a friendship a relationship. And I guess that he might have be me being an attractive woman. He wanted to control me or thought we was being his one. They wanted me to be one of his women. I'm not doing that. I didn't like that man. Okay. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice person. I like, you know what I like? I like that he could dance because I was a dancer, not no exotic dancer. Nope, not no exotic dancer. Now I might have managed them, no, not no exotic dancer. I was a dancer that liked to dance to regular music, and I did a lot of dancing, and that's how I stayed in shape too. You know, back then, because back then we go out, we dance for hours. It's not like now. They stand around and look crazy and high. We used to get down. So I like the way he danced. He was a great dancer. He was my dance partner. Matter of fact, we were so good as dance partners until we went somewhere and did this like remake of the Beyonce Single Ladies, and we did so good, him spinning me around and all of that, until my ex, the same ex that was like, he went to his house. He was like really like, I don't know if he was like flattered. He maybe was flattered, but he was also like jealous, but not to the point where he would do something. He has a lot of self-control, because I guess him being an Aries, this is my ex. When he was younger, he had a bad temper, so he know how to be sneaky with his stuff. But he had all his homeboys, and I guess I was looking good because, honey, I be looking good. I had on the stilettos, and I was just dancing, and this guy was spinning me around. So I think he was thinking like, oh, I done lost her now. It was nothing like that. I know how to make stuff look good and make it appear the way I wanted it back then. I'm more authentic now. But that wasn't my man, and I wasn't all running off into the sun. We was just dance partners. Like that was my dance. Like he could dance like it's hard to find a good dance partner. If you know, you know. But I had a good dance partner. Like he was right on beat. He knew when to spin me around and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a great dance. Like I love dancing. So, yeah, he was my dance partner. So we would go and dance and have a good time, but it wasn't, something won't click. And like, you can have somebody like that that's a dance partner, but you think, yeah, he used to call me his sister and this and that, but these men, some of these men, even from other countries, they have a real problem with their mothers. Like whatever happened with, I don't know if the mother, So I've talked to some other men from other places, and they say that the mothers have sister wives, and a lot of times those other women be raising them, and so they have a resentment a lot of times towards the woman, their mother. So that branches off into having problems with other women. So we could never be as close as we could have been because of his traumas and stuff like that. And I had my issues back then too, but I'm not to the point where I'm so fucked up until I can't be your we can't be like family, like, cuz I be looking for that, like I be looking for that like tribe and that love, like, cuz I never had the brotherly love like that from my biological brothers that I have fucking helped. And one of them, I done took him, I didn't meet him till later on, and I say pretty much moved him to a place where he could get like his health care, and he could have a higher quality of living. But you know, like ninjas do, he started talking about me after I moved him, and made my dad help me move him because he just left him. You know, it was this is a child that had disabilities, and I didn't meet him till later on. But when I met him, I started, you know, my little cancer shit, trying to save somebody and help people. So, and I don't regret that. But you're not gonna sit here. I'll be just as sweet and as long as you cool with me. But you're not gonna sit here and go behind my back after I done saved your life. If it won't for me, I'm just being real. This that cancer talking here. If it won't for me, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't be here. And this is not just me saying it. You would not be here. Cause my dad did not care. My dad didn't care. And most siblings, like, when they meet a sibling later on in life like that, they don't show them love. They don't, because they don't have me being in cancer, and I have to be careful. I have to freaking be careful with people because they will take what I give, and then they'll turn around and try to bite me or whatever, which that's human nature a lot of times anyway. But I'm not gonna be, you're not gonna sit up here. I done learned my lesson. You're not gonna sit up here and take, never give me nothing, then turn around and stab me in my back and think we still gonna be cool. I'm not fucking with you. I wouldn't give a fuck if you a mommy, daddy. I'm not gonna look at you the same. Even if I have unconditional love for you, but that don't mean I gotta deal with the BS, and that don't mean I gotta trust you. I don't care who it is. I don't care. It could be my child. I'll love you. Yeah, I'll deal with you, but I'll deal with you in a certain type of way. What? What? I ain't putting nothing for nothing. But yeah, um, so what was I saying? Yeah, I was always looking for that. Not now. Not now. I done connected with my I done connected with my ancestors. Not now. But I used to look for that love from him because it's that's another story. But anyway, that time I'm good now. I done found it with I look. I done figured out it. I done figured it out. I don't know everything, but I done figured a big portion of it out. I am my savior. It's all within me. I gotta love myself. I gotta be my mother, father, sister, brother, lover, all that. It gotta start with me first. Once I get that going on the inside, then I'll attract people that resonate at a certain frequency, and they won't even that other stuff won't even be in my auric field. You know what I'm saying? I figured it out for the most part. I'm still learning. I'm always gonna be a student, but I'm working on me, taking accountability for my BS. I ain't got time to be judging nobody else. I ain't got time to be cherry picking whether you cross a T or whether you dot a I or whether your eyes this or they look like they slithering like you a alien or a lizard. I ain't got time. When I get done with me, when I get done putting me through that damn feather, weighing me against my odds, support my odds temple of healing and unconditional love. When I get done weighing my son God is 777 on them scales, against them scales of my yacht, making sure my heart is light as a feather, me, when I get done weighing my heart and making sure that's a lot of that. That's a lot. I ain't got time to be. I done told people, look, I'm retired. I ain't got time to be worried about you. What you do, you got your free will. You're going to have to figure it out. I done gave you all the tools that you need. I got to worry about me now. I got to worry. Look, I just got enough energy. I will help you if you want to be helped. You want to follow my guide and my example. But I'm not gonna be here trying to make you do anything. You got free will and free choice. But please like, subscribe, and share. This has been Monster and Goddess. Look at my other videos. I just came out with a series of the People's Blueprint, part 1 and 2, and part 3 and 4. And I'll be coming by Tuesday with part 5 and 6. And I have a little something else special about the Nolan Wells situation coming up too. All right. Like I said, comment. Please like, subscribe, and share. Check out my other videos. And I will see you soon.